What up, Laker family? It's your boy DTLF back with another post-game recap. I know I'm a day late, but better late than never. Hopefully, everybody's Saturday morning is going wonderful. The Lakers defeated the Phoenix Suns 121, I believe. Yeah, it was 121 to 107. Uh, it wasn't the best win, but I was there live in person, and I definitely enjoyed the game. Shout out to my brother Mookie for sending me to that game, sending me and my girl. Definitely enjoyed the game. It was a bittersweet win because very sloppy, especially in that first half. Man, we allowed the B team of the Phoenix Suns to come out and do what they needed to do or what they wanted to do, and then we eventually woke up late in the third quarter, starting the fourth, and we closed it out. But I'll take the win. Listen, the only thing I wanted for this game is to come out victorious. Number one, to keep on pace with that 7 seed, potentially the 6 seed, although I doubt it, and to stay healthy. That was number two. We accomplished both of those things. So I am happy about the win, regardless of what fashion it came in. Another thing is that, again, D'Angelo Russell shined in this game. He had 24 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds very efficiently. He carried us in the first quarter, especially to start. And then Austin Reeves joined the fun as well with 22 points. So that backcourt combining right there for 46 points. Austin also had 5 assists. Love the backcourt. I love our backcourt. And yes, Malik Beasley finally showed up off the bench. So I was very happy about that. And we got to see it live with some great seats, compliments of my brother and my brother Mook. And then, but here's my concern. There is a concern here, guys, and it's that the Lakers are kind of coasting through these games. All right, they happened versus the Clippers, and we chalked it up to coming off of a long road trip. And now it happened yesterday, and I wasn't very happy about it because forget about how lazy we played and stuff. It's the turnovers for me that's really bothering me. Like some of these turnovers, especially by LeBron and AD, are unforced errors that keep happening, and that has nothing to do with. I mean, it does have to do with effort, but it has minimal to do with effort and more to do with mental fatigue. So this is my theory. I believe LeBron and AD have now seen that this team is good enough to win games, even when they're given minimal effort. And I believe they're saving it for the playoffs. At least that's my hope. Because if we're going in with this effort to the postseason, we will be in trouble. Because this wasn't how we were playing during that road trip when we went 4-1. This wasn't how we were playing. When LeBron was hurt or AD was hurt and we were alternating. There was a lot of more effort. So my only theory is that they're kind of sleepwalking to the rest of the regular season to try to get rest. Because I saw there was minimal effort in yesterday's game through the most part, except for our backcourt, Austin Reeves and D'Lo. So shout out to them. And of course, Malik Beasley and Hachimura was spectacular again. Very athletic, running the fast breaks and stuff. So it wasn't a very nice game to win, but I'll take a win any way, shape, or form. And it guarantees that we're now going to finish either 7th or 8th. And so we're only going to have to play a minimal of one play-in game, assuming we win it, right? So that is the good news. Alex, my guy says Steven Adams is out for the playoffs. Dan, AD should feast. Yeah, I read about that. Unfortunately, you hate to see injuries, brother. Thanks so much for super chat. You hate to see injuries to any team. Yesterday, we saw one to Bismack Bamba, and I can tell you Staples Center went quiet because we were concerned, right? You're always concerned for a player grabbing his knee or whatever. You never want to see that, especially when the players start gathering around. I don't know if you guys got to see it during commercial breaks, but everybody was out on the floor. So yeah, it was very concerning to see. I dislike injury, so I wish these guys the best. Same thing for Steven Adams. But the Lakers, we've been dealing with injuries all season long, and we gotta make sure that we take care of ourselves. Joshua, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for super chat. My guy said if KD and them had played, we would have lost by 40. Well, I don't think so, Blink. I do believe that maybe LeBron and AD would have showed up to that party, had AD and I'm sorry, KD and them played. But there's no excuses for the lackadaisical effort. My concern is that we're building bad habits, and we'll take these habits into the postseason. Now, obviously, for the final game versus Utah tomorrow, I don't want them to get hurt or play too hard per se. I just want us to win. But hopefully, when we do get into that play-in, It looks like most likely we're going to be in the play-in game. Hopefully, the 7th seed if we win tomorrow. So that means we'll probably face the Pelicans, right? And matter of fact, I think I have a chart right here. We'll probably face the Pelicans in that first game, and then we'll go into the playoffs. Now, I didn't want us to play in the play-in, right? However, the way we've been playing, we might need a tune-up game right before we get into to bring that intensity back up. And I don't think you know what I'm saying? I don't think that. Can you guys hear me now? Okay, let me answer your question. My bad. I guess you guys couldn't hear me. So pretty much, I love the fact that Mo Bamba played yesterday and Lonnie Walker, but I didn't like. Listen, I didn't like um, the fact that Mo only played a little bit and he looks a little rusty. So we're gonna have to get him out there, more so he can get his feet wet. We're gonna need that size. I still really despise the fact um, that coach continues to play Wendy and Gabriel at the 5. It's not working. You know, it's not working at all. So as far as the rotations go, to answer your question, we need the rotations to be better by Darvin. Seriously, we need them to be better. And again, like I was saying, I don't know if you guys heard me earlier, but like I was saying, check out the standings right there. If I feel like if we play the Pelicans, it might be a blessing in disguise because we'll get, we need that tune-up game. All right. I feel like we took our foot off the gas versus in that Clipper game so bad that it affected us in the Phoenix Suns game. And then I don't believe that we're gonna, put the pedal to the metal in that final Utah Jazz game, because coach did mention after the game how he was so focused on just being healthy. So we might not even see everybody play the final game, right? Regardless, I think maybe, I didn't want to play the play-in game just to keep our guys healthy, but I think that game might be a tune-up game to get us ready for the actual postseason. So we're going to have to turn up that game. There's going to be no excuses, or else we're going to find ourselves playing 2 games in the play-in, right? And we don't want that. So that's what we got to do, man. We got to use that game as a build-up game, that 7th versus 8th seed playing game, and then we go from there. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting because I was loving the way we were playing up until we got to that Clipper game. We took our foot off the gas, and it's crazy to see. When is LeBron going to pass the throne to AD? The thing is, LeBron had already did that, but Anthony Davis hasn't been consistent enough throughout the course of the season. He's given us glimpse of brilliant basketball, but then he'll give you a night like yesterday. And what was the stat line yesterday? I forgot. It was so relevant. I forgot. Let's see. He did have 20 rebounds, so kudos to that. 21 rebounds, but he only had 14 points. And we're talking about they were going up with their G League squad. LeBron had 16, 6, and 6, so they both didn't have great games. But I know LeBron can turn up when he wants. AD, he's a question mark to me. Like, I love him when he plays hard, but man, it drives me crazy when he takes nights off, like he did versus the Clippers, and kind of like he did versus the Suns yesterday. In a way, we got to get him more involved. I feel like he is a key to this team moving forward, right? Especially if we want to progress far in the playoffs. But we're going to need him to assert himself, and then we're going to need the coaching staff to draw up plays for him, as well as his teammates to get him more involved. But let's see what happens there. Mamba said, I'm probably going to be watching 2 games at once, Lakers versus Jazz and Wolves versus Pelicans. That McDaniels and BI matchup will be crazy. Bro, listen, it doesn't look, it's going to be crazy, right? But question is, do you think that the Portland Trailblazers B squad can even compete with the Warriors A squad? Because if they can, if by some miracle chance, Portland already did this season. I forgot who they played and they beat them. I think they beat the Timberwolves, right? Timberwolves were at full strength and Portland was not, and they somehow pulled it out. If somehow Portland can pull it out and we win versus the Jazz, we'll end up being the 6th seed. But again, it's a pipe dream at this point, because Golden State's going to come out firing. Even though I do believe that this is the final game for both parties, they'll both come out firing. Obviously, one team has all the firepower while one does not, right? So that's the unfortunate part about them shutting down Damian Lillard. It would have been much more exciting if Portland had, played their main guys. But I get it; they're tanking now. He said, Dan, I think the priority this offseason is re-sign Reeves and D'Lo. For sure. Not just Reeves and D'Lo, man. I think Rui Hachimura has been tremendous as well. And people want to discredit how good he is, but this dude is legit. Okay. I got to see him play live, the way he runs the floor, how athletic he is, the way he finishes with either hand, the way he can absorb contact and still finish. It's very nice to have. The wonderful thing about this team, though, is that remember, at one point we started 2-10, and I'm very proud that the Lakers are going to finish above 500 this season, no matter what, right? At 43 and 39 now, that's 4 games over 500. That's pretty nice, right? If we finish there, right? That would be nice. 4 games over 500 after starting 2-10, huge. So already big improvements. But what's even nicer than a nice finish in the regular season would be a nice finish in the postseason. In order to, listen, this Laker team has built something nice, and I definitely want to see them bring it back. Okay, so I agree with Warren. I agree with Warren Lamar. He said, keep everyone. Absolutely, brother. It'd be nice if we could keep everyone. So what do you guys think is going to be the final outcome as far as the standings go? Do you guys think it'll stay like this, right? Do you guys think this will be the final outcome, or do you think the Wolves will move up and that's who we're going to end up playing? Or do you guys think the Warriors will, by some miracle chance, lose and we end up number 6? So many outcomes are still to be determined between today and tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to figuring out what it's going to be. But the bottom line is this. Lakers, in my opinion, have kind of ramped down a little bit, and they're kind of coasting through these games. I wouldn't be shocked if the Utah Jazz put up a fight tomorrow night as well, or tomorrow as well, due to the fact that we've kind of taken our foot off the gas, right? But maybe that playing game will be of benefit to us. I don't know. Beasley got to go next season. Well, the jury's still out on him. Imagine he turns up for the postseason. He's knocking down threes. Because remember, a lot of players switch up in the playoffs. Some players very few players step up in the playoffs and play even better or the same as they already are. So there's a huge test for guys that have never been there before, like Austin Reeves, especially the younger crowd. I don't know if Malik Beasley's ever been in the postseason. I doubt it. So we're going to find out exactly what type of players they are. I understand he's been struggling, but yesterday we don't win that game without him. So he had a huge game last night. So I am thankful for that. I feel like once he settles in, he'll be a lot better because he's a streaky shooter, high volume shooter. But I feel like there's a lot of pressure on this kid right now because he's on a player team option. He's on a team option where they're either going to opt into that 16 mil or they're not. So I think a lot of the time this dude is trying, he's trying heavy to impress. And I think once he gets out of his own head and he just lets the game come natural, it'll be a lot better for him. That's what I think about Malik Beasley. But yeah, the jury's still out on him, depending on what he does this postseason. Well, then we'll go there. We'll talk about that extension or not. We'll talk about it. Beasley was with the Timberwolves last year. Oh, okay. See, I don't know. I lost track about them because they won the first round series, right? I believe, but they really weren't like they weren't really a contender. We all knew that. Right. Matter of fact, no, they didn't win in the first round. They lost in the first round. They won the play-in. That's what it was. They advanced the play-in through the play-in. It looks like the Lakers' best bet is the 7th seed. It sure looks that way, which means that if you look at the bracket, it might actually be a blessing in disguise. If you look at the bracket, if we end up in the 7th seed, assuming we beat whether it's the Pelicans or the Timberwolves in the first round of the play-ins, whatever it is, assuming we beat them, right? We will then go on to face Memphis. It's going to be a tough series. You're going up against young legs, young players, very hungry. They got John Moran, who cooked us the last time. So it's going to be a very good series. But we got experience on our side. We got championship experience from our 1-2 punch. And I like our chances there, okay? Then we'll go on to face the winner between the Kings and Golden State, most likely Golden State. And that's going to be a sharpen your tools type of series if that happens, right? I still got us in 7. I still got the Lakers, even though the Warriors are very dangerous. They got shooters everywhere. But it'd be nice to see that matchup again. You know, LeBron notoriously goes against Curry. They have somewhat of a meaning personal rivalry, but we don't care about that. We're all about the Lakers. So we hope that, you know, we pull off and we get that series. Then it would lead up to the Western Conference Championship Series, which most likely Phoenix will be there. But, on a surprising chance that it's Denver or the Clippers, we'll be ready. We'll be battle tested by that point, and we should be good to go. You know what I'm saying? So it could be a blessing in disguise that we ended up 7, because if we ended up 6th, no, actually 6 is fine too. 6 is fine too. Actually, if we ended up 5th, we would have had to go through Phoenix the first round. Then we would have had to go through most likely Denver the second round. So that would have been a little bit of a harder. But I still listen. We're not running from the smoke period. You know, we're not running from that smoke period. So if that would have happened, I would have been excited as well and confident. My boy said Warriors are facing the Suns first round. We will see. That would be a good playoff matchup as well. It would be fun to watch. Who do you think is coming out on that one? Reeves needs 50 mil, 4 years. Yeah, look, there's a chance that Reeves could sign a bigger contract extension from another team that can offer more than that, but we can match anything. So regardless, he's coming back. Reeves ain't going nowhere. Jeannie didn't even trade Reeves for Kyrie Irving, right? So, by the way, we got an episode of Around the League coming on later on today at 5. Now we'll be talking about the Dallas Mavericks failure with Kyrie Irving and Luka. So that's going to be an interesting topic to talk about as well. But yeah, I look forward to it. Randolph, what's up, brother? He said, this time last year we were in Cancun. Now we here. Hey, listen, man. Round of applause for the Lakers. They came back from the dead. We're talking about the 13th seed, and we swapped places with the Portland Trailblazers. Remember, early in the season, people were all high on the Jazz. They were the first seed. People forgot that already. The Blazers were like one of the top 5 teams. And I keep telling people, guys, this isn't how the standings will look at the end of the year. We still have a chance. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, but don't give up on the Lakers just yet. And sure enough, the Lakers have battled back. So I am proud of them, even though, you know, it is a bit concerning that they've taken their foot off the gas a little bit these last 2 games, right? So we might just need that 7th versus 8th play-in game just to tune up a little bit. He said, for a sub, Austin Reeves, Troy Brown, Jared Vanderbilt. Wait, what? Confused. Oh, no, I don't know what you mean by that. Dan, what's the deal, bro? Ugly win, but I'll take it. What's up, Reg? Hey, man, listen. You know what's crazy? Staples Center was shooketh, man. The first half, the crowd really wasn't into it because of how poorly the team was playing. Now, we got the crowd going a little bit more in the second half. But usually these games are playoff intensity. Obviously, no KD, no Devin Booker. But the last 2 games, you would think it would be a lot louder in the arena. But of course, the Lakers weren't giving, the fans too much to cheer about, other than a couple plays from Austin Reeves, some oohs and ahs, and then D'Angelo going off. But still, man, it still was a fun game. Although we won in a disappointing fashion. A win is a win. We'll take it. We know it's late in the season, so some of these are going to be, disgustingly ugly wins. But listen, I'll take a disgustingly ugly win over a disgustingly ugly loss, right? That's the bottom line. When does the play-in start, Dan? We'll know the schedule as soon as everything is set up, man. I don't have the dates for you just yet. It might be like on a Tuesday or a Wednesday for us, assuming we're there. He said, Mamba said, we moved up 6 spots in the standings after the All-Star game. It's crazy what trades can do, right? All season long, I think most of the Laker family was talking about we were a trade or 2 away, and we made those trades. And now you see why Laker fans are the most knowledgeable fan base out there. Because while other people were talking crazy to us, talking about, you guys are ridiculous. You're not making the playoffs. That pick is going to the Pelicans, blah, 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 blah. And then here we are. We were exactly right. We're 1 or 2 trades away, and that's exactly what we did. We did like 2 to 3 trades, and bam, we're right back in contention, man. We're talking about, now you got ESPN analysts admitting that we might have an outside shot at winning a championship, right? Something they refused to do early in the season. So it just tells you how, knowledgeable Laker fans you guys truly are, man. We all are. So it's a wonderful thing. And this is why they hate us. I've made a video about this before. We're always right. And, nobody likes somebody who's always right. They're going to get upset. So, Mama Tally said Reeves is a killer. He said, we're all the haters that said he was all hype. We can't hear you. Bro, I've been telling him for the longest. We've been telling him for the longest that he was the real deal. He deserved to be a starter. I'm glad Darvin Ham got with the program, because if not, I would have been pissed if Reeves was playing like this and still wasn't starting. And matter of fact, not just Reeves, him and D'Angelo backcourt is going to be, I think, a wonderful backcourt for years to come. People have been asking him about Kyrie. I think it would take too much to get him at this point, and I like our depth a little bit more. A lot of bit more, actually. Joshua said, bro, Lakers just building chemistry with each other. LeBron said they don't get to practice. And, bro, how can I live with you on YouTube? How can I live with you on YouTube? Like I said, man, anybody who wants to come on, listen, I got a lot of requests on Twitter, so just follow me on Twitter. Send me a voice message of why you should be picked to come on next, and just to prove you're not a spam bot, and at some point you'll get picked to come on. I'm not. There's no favoritism or nothing. I'm just simply trying to give as many people as possible an opportunity to come on live and talk Lakers basketball or just NBA basketball. So yeah, that's how you do it, brother. Thanks so much for super chat. Jonathan Mason said we need another big badly. He said from that game, we have them, bro. We just not utilizing them properly. You know what I'm saying? Like Mo Bamba is solid. He just needs to stay disciplined and don't bite on everything. He had a couple of possessions where he contested shots and they missed. We just didn't get the rebound, so we got to work on crashing as a unit. Because if the big man is protecting the rim, somebody got to help him rebound, right? That's the bottom line. He still, though, I felt like he was rusty and he needs more PT. So that's on coach right there. That is on coach. Dan, we won because we won because you were there. I have the money. I would send you every Laker game in the playoffs. Thanks, Vincent. Listen, bro, I can't take credit for that one, man. It's been a blessing that every time I've been there this season, they have won. Some people calling me a lucky charm. I appreciate that, man. That's pretty cool. And I run with it because it's fun to it's fun to run with the little narrative. I even tweeted out the "Never Lost" by LeVar Ball yesterday. But yeah, listen. DTLF is undefeated at Staples, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I've been blessed enough to catch a win every time we go there. Again, none of it has been possible without Mookie. This is the most times I've ever been to a Laker games because my boy blessed me with those tickets. So, I'm forever, eternally grateful and in his debt for it, man. And I appreciate it. Any updates on Schroeder? No updates yet. He did have back spasms, but I do believe that these are code words they are using for load management, right? I feel like they're trying to rest as many players as possible. And they probably felt they could have won yesterday without him, so they sat him out. I think if it was the play-in or the playoffs, he would have played. Mo just needs playing time because you can tell he's rusty. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, Mo Bamba is a hooper. Now, he's not – listen, he's not a big by definition. Like, you can't throw the ball down low and he's going to go get you a bucket. He's not that type of guy. I wish he was. That would be even better. But, he's the type of guy who – he's going to set a screen. He's going to pop out, shoot a three every now and then. He might get you a putback shot or an extra possession like he did yesterday. But he's in there to intimidate, to use that 7'5" wingspan, or 7'10", they said, matter of fact, 7'10" wingspan to contest as many shots as possible. And listen, our guards have been getting beat a lot, especially after this road trip. I don't know if they're tired or it's a mental thing, but they got to stay in front of their opponents. They've been getting beat a lot, and as a result, is compromising our secondary, our last line of defense. So what we got to do is, when that happens, we have to have a rim protector out there at all times. That's why I love Wenyen, but he's a power forward, not a center. He's not a rim protector. He'll give you the effort, he'll give you the hustle, the energy, the putbacks, all of that, but he's not going to rim protect consistently because there's a lot of 7-footers that have a lot of skill that can just go right over him, right? So all I can say about that is I want Mo Bamba to be in there just to protect the rim. Anything he gives us on the offensive end or on the rebounding end is a bonus to me. But it really helps to have somebody there, even in the opposition's mind, just knowing that even if I beat my guy, I have to go and arc this shot to shoot it over this 8-footer. That even just having that is a peace of mind for me as a fan, right? So I want to see Mo continue developing that role, and I want to see Mo continue to get playing time. But that's on coach, right? I was texting with my brother last night, man, and we're talking about how coach doesn't play Mo and is driving us crazy, man. So shout out to Quincy for that. We was texting back and forth. Uh, Hi, Dan. I hope our Lakers win the championship this year. Listen, no championship ever won was easy. So this is definitely no exception. The West is as tough as it's ever been. As you can see, we're cascading, above each other. Like the teams are literally one game ahead or one game behind. Literally, all season long has been like that. So it's been tough. However, if there's one team that could turn up at the right time, is a team led by LeBron and Anthony Davis. All right, this is one of the best 1-2 punches. I know the last two games haven't said that, but I do believe they're coasting and they're getting prepared to go hard in the postseason. At least that's my theory, and that's how I feel like the reason they've been struggling the last couple of games. I've seen a lot of Laker fans already panicking about it, but bottom line is this, man. This Laker team is as good as they want to be. They got all the tools to go as far as they want to go, but they're going to have to focus, lock in, and remember, in a 7-game series, everything changes because teams strategize for your strengths, right? They attack your strengths, and they make sure that they take that away. Luckily for us, we got players who can adapt. AD, you take away, you start double teaming him, he needs to adapt. He either needs to assert himself, get more aggressive, draw fouls, or move the ball quickly and then move without the basketball so that the ball can find him again. LeBron James, we know he can adapt. Floor general on the court and off the court, and he's somebody who can either facilitate or he can attack. Right? One thing I'll say is that I don't like when LeBron settles for threes because it shows me two things. One, he's settling, and two, he's either tired or mentally he's not there. I love it when he starts putting pressure on the defense and attacks. And then as the shot starts falling, he starts hitting the little mid-range turnaround jump shot. He starts hitting. I notice he's the type of player that as he gets hot, now he can start hitting shots from the damn logo because that's how much of a beast he is, right? But I hate it when the game starts and he's settling, he's bricking, he's still settling, he's bricking. That kind of takes us out of a rhythm a little bit, right? So I really hope that we get aggressive attack the rim, even though he's in year 900. He's out here still hooping with the youngsters. But still, like, he's so great that I expect greatness from him, especially come postseason time. So Bamba needs more minutes for sure. Defense, Team Rui Hachimura, Devon Reed. Wait, what? What are you talking about? Bamba is better than Wenyen. Well, yeah, it's not even that the fact that he's better. It's that Wenyen is being played out of position. It's been happening the last couple of seasons. Frank Vogel was doing the same thing. He was playing guys like Wenyen at the center. He even played Stanley Johnson at the center. I don't know what's this infatuation with small ball. We're not the Golden State Warriors. We don't have Clays and Curry sitting around ready to snipe threes, right? It works with them because they have Draymond, who plays the point forward, and they can go small. But it's such a copycat league that it gets me annoyed sometimes. You got the tools to be successful. You got a legit 7-footer out there, man. Use him. Use him. It's that simple. Vincent says, when teams play bench players, sometimes it's harder because these players are playing for contracts. Suns find it difficult to beat a Nuggets bench. Yes, I agree. Guys like Malik Beasley are playing for contracts, and that's why every time you look at him, there's never been a shot that he doesn't like, that he doesn't turn down. And sometimes that's a bad thing. It's good when he has it going like yesterday, but when he doesn't have it going, it's bad because now you're taking the offense out of rhythm. You're giving him transition opportunities to the opposition. You're not spreading the rock as a result. Other people don't find a flow and a rhythm to the game. And it's just a culmination of things that are happening when you're missing shots and you keep jacking them up, right? Same thing goes for LeBron. That's why I don't like it when he shoots the threes. He comes up, they set a screen. He can get that shot anytime, right? Why not start putting pressure on the defense, have him, backpedaling. And it does two things when you put pressure and you get aggressive. For one, we were the number one team at drawing free throws during last month because AD and LeBron were aggressive, and the rest of the team as well. And two, it gets them in foul trouble and it gets them tired, and three, for the offensive end, they don't have the same energy, right? When you put pressure on them, you let a whole defensive unit off the hook when you're just jacking up threes. That goes for everybody. That goes for Malik Beasley, LeBron, even AD sometimes settles for threes. Listen, I never want AD settling for threes unless he's wide the heck open and he's had the mid-range going throughout the course of a game, because now I have confidence that he might hit one or two, right? But just settling isn't good, man. I think this team is going to switch up. I think you're going to see a switch of gears when the play-in and the postseason starts. You're just going to see it more focused, more committed, LeBron and AD, and that sets the tone for the rest of the guys. Now, I want to say major shout out to the role players. So those guys have been playing hard all season long, from Austin Reeves to D'Lo since we acquired him to Vanderbilt, who, by the way, I think sometimes gets less minutes than he deserves. He needs a lot more minutes, but maybe they're trying to keep him fresh for playoffs. I don't know. But shout out to those guys. They have been there consistently. Even Dennis, I got to give him props because he's over exceeded my expectations. Yes, at times he's sloppy and he plays he has like a boneheaded style of turning the ball over, going up, lazy for layups, getting packed and stuff. But when he really steps up, he's been even one of our closers this season. So we've won a couple of games due to Dennis. And that's not something I thought I would be saying this season, even though I did like the signing of if he was coming off the bench, which he is doing now. Gives us a lot more depth. So I think the depth, you're really going to start seeing it more as the postseason commences. Because like I said, postseason is when heroes are born. Can Austin Reeves be just as impactful in the postseason? I think he can. He's fearless. D'Angelo, we've seen him in the postseason before. He's been a hero, somewhat of a cult hero in Brooklyn because of the postseason he had, hitting clutch shots or whatnot. We know LeBron and AD are going to do. Who else is going to step up for us? Who else is going to have a big postseason for us? Because remember, KCP took his game to another level in the postseason, man. A whole different level. While Kuzma struggled a little bit, but defensively he was still there. Rondo, we know about the legend of playoff Rondo. So this is the exciting thing. We're going to see guys who've never been there like Rui and guys who have minimal, playoff experience like Malik Beasley. We'll see how they turn up in the postseason because we know other teams' players are going to shut down a little bit as well. All of a sudden, the free throws not going to start falling. All of a sudden, the shots that we're hitting during the regular season, when the game slows down and the defense zeroes in on your strengths, everything switches up. So I cannot wait to break that all down with you guys. I'll take a couple final questions. I do have a round of league coming up later on at 5 p.m. Pacific time, so make sure you guys come back. We should have fun with that. And I'll take a couple more questions before I get off here. You think we'll fill in a roster spot before the playoffs? At this point, I have no clue, man. I've never seen personally a Laker team that leaves an open roster spot before the playoffs. This would be the first for me. And I don't know what the purpose of that would be, but yeah, this would be a first. I would like it if they did. I honestly would love it if they brought in just an extra body just for insurance, right? Injuries happen, especially in the playoffs. Foul trouble happens a lot. So stuff happens, and it would be nice if they can get somebody there, to give us some sense of security or just an extra body, period. To do a little bit dirty work, rebound, set screens, collect a couple of extra fouls, whatever the case may be. We need some extra rim protection, whatever. It would be nice to have that 15th roster spot taken up. But again, fam, that's going to wrap it up for me. This is the final look at how the standings are looking right now. Now, this might shift by the end of tomorrow, and then we'll definitely have a separate video talking about the play-in and playoff predictions and all of that good stuff. So make sure you keep it locked here for all things basketball. That's going to wrap it up for me, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. I know it's early Saturday morning. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your afternoon. I hope to see most of you guys here back for Around the League. Please make sure to hit that like button, hit the sub and post notification bell if you already have not. And again, major shout out to my sponsorship, Prize Picks, man. They're the reason I get to do what I love. Them and you guys are the reason I get to do what I love for a living. So I appreciate you guys and them as well. And I'll see you guys here at 5 p.m. Pacific for that Around the League. All right. Peace.